So a couple weeks ago, my family and I were invited to go into the Kentucky Fried Chicken's first location, the Sanders Cafe, and have a tour of the museum and the house that my uncle lived in across the lawn. Uncle Harley started in this spot about 1930, and he had to sell his properties in 1955 when the new highway was put in 7 miles behind him that took all of his customers away and left him hanging high and dry. This is what it looked like back when he ran it. Pay attention to that tree. Taken from that same spot in 2023, this is what it looks like now. They've completely changed it and renovated it, with keeping some of the original architecture of the building, such as these peaks. Notice the tree difference. Now, about over here is his house. You can't see it, it's behind the building. There's a plot of grass with a really old sidewalk that they undug after doing some landscaping work of the yard. They didn't even know it was there, but that leads to the house. This is the house, but this is the Colonel's home behind the Sanders Cafe, which used to be the Sanders Court and Cafe. This is that sidewalk I was telling you about. About here, he had a grill that sat out there. This, I don't remember what they said this is, but he had a grill out there, and unfortunately, they had to tear down that area. They had like a stone wall and a grilling area. But when he owned the Sanders Court and Cafe and ran it until 1955, he'd come out from here and walk across the yard to the restaurant. The current owners of this house, the JRN Corporation, that also owns the franchise and over 150 franchises across the South United States. They don't know what they're going to do with this home yet. They're either going to turn it into an Airbnb, another museum piece, or a gift shop of some sorts. The house is not open to the public for touring it yet, but my family got a tour of it. Here my family is walking across that sidewalk, and that's the Sanders Cafe there. That's Lee Cummings' daughter, that's her husband, that's Colonel E. Harlan Sanders, my grandfather, and that's obviously me. But that gives you a perspective of how close Uncle Harley was to his restaurant when he operated it. They stripped most of the inside of the home. That was Uncle Harley's fireplace. This was the living room area. This was his kitchen. Those are all original cabinets. Those are the ones the Colonel touched, used, his family when they lived there. That has not been changed. This is a replica of his kitchen, and this is what it looked like when he ran it. That's in the museum.